Nanos polls show most Canadians believe that Kamala Harris will win the next U.S. presidential election. 1 in 3 Canadians also believe that either Pierre Poilievre or Justin Trudeau would be the best choice for a federal party leader in terms of having a positive relationship between Canada and the U.S. Joining me now is Nik Nanos. He is the founder and chief data scientist at Nanos Research, and we're going to talk more about this. Nik, how you doing, sir?
Good, Roger. How you doing?
I can't complain. It's a Labor Day weekend. Sort of the end of summer, but not. So, okay, we're digressing. Let's talk president back in March. What were the results looking like? And let's compare them to now.
You know, it's interesting. And, everybody's focused on the U.S. election. Roger, I think we might every once in a while have a south of the border with Roger and Nik. We should be doing a little bit of a check-in on what's going on in the U.S. election.
I thought we were going on vacation.
Oh, well, that's a little different. I'm not sure that's within the budget for this segment, but...
All right, let's
anyways, so we asked Canadians who they most likely think will win the U.S. presidential election. And in this survey that we did, we have a number back in March 2024 and now in August. A lot has happened, but you can see, back in March when we did the survey, people were more likely to think that Trump would win the election compared to Biden with a significant proportion, Roger. Check out the number. 35% of Canadians didn't know who would win, kind of like a coin toss. But fast forward now, wow, have the numbers ever changed? You can see Kamala Harris, half of Canadians, 51% believe that Kamala Harris will win the next presidential election. Trump's at 34. So he's at about the same number, but on the Democratic side of the ticket, up 24. That is 24 points in terms of who Canadians will think will win the presidential election. Also, that undecided or unsure number has dropped from 35 to 14%.
Looks like they all went to Kamala. Have you ever seen a swing like that?
No, but you know what? When was the last time we had like an attempted presidential assassination, a sitting president who was going to be running for president, Joe Biden, stepped down, and then the vice president? She's been gangbusters. Kamala Harris, since she took the nomination in terms of fundraising and organization, and she's had a very good launch. I don't think there's anything that she could have done better. And this is reflected, at least in these perceptions, also reflected, Roger, in the U.S. polling data, where the Democrats on the presidential ticket were trailing under Biden. They've increased and improved their chances, especially in a lot of these swing states. And now it's a real race between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump.
All right, let's talk about U.S.-Canada relations. So important to us, of course. Who do Canadians think would be the best for that?
Yeah, interesting on this front. It's so important, our relationship with the U.S., especially since whoever wins this presidential election will also be negotiating the Canada-U.S. Free Trade Agreement. When we asked Canadians which federal politician was best in terms of having a positive relationship with the United States, you can see, for all intents and purposes, basically a dead heat. About 3 out of every 10 Canadians would give a tip of the hat to Pierre Poilievre or Justin Trudeau. 17% were said none of the above. Another 9% were unsure. But I think the key takeaway here, at least, is that for either Justin Trudeau or Pierre Poilievre and Justin Trudeau, we say that we mix them up to be fair. No big difference from the perspective of average Canadians. And Roger, those numbers were similar back in January 2024, where they were within 2 percentage points of each other on this measure at that time.
All right. Nik, thank you as always, sir.
Take it easy.